Ramos here, Pastor Raymond Ramos, Raymond R. from Brooklyn, New York. Ray Ramos Coaching, Recovery House of Worship, Rahab's Refuge, Ryan's Refuge, on and on and on. Grateful to God for His grace and mercy. I woke up this morning and opened two gifts, my eyes, right, and then I put on these so I could use them. Grateful to God for another day of life. Every day is a miracle. Every day is a gift. Every day is a blessing. Every day is an opportunity. I tell people every night I practice dying when I go to sleep, and every morning I practice the resurrecting. And I get a new day, I get a new opportunity. Grateful I get to serve, I get to love on my family, I get to create memories on purpose. I've learned how to live intentionally, so I get to live intentionally. I'm doing things on purpose. I'm meeting people on purpose. I'm reaching out to people. I'm posting this video on purpose, letting people know that, listen, man, if I can get clean and stay clean, I was 17 years old when I got clean. Then if there's any teenagers out there, any young adults, you're never too young to get clean. You're never too young to stop drinking. You're never too young to stop using drugs. One of the things that that kind of blocked me was that I didn't do 25 years in prison, that I wasn't on methadone for 20 years, that I never, I had all these things that I had not done because I was young. And the enemy was trying to play me for a sucker. You don't got to do those things. Those are yets. Your yet means you're eligible to, Y-E-T. And I don't have to go to that. In fact, I can stay clean and make meetings and, do what these people are doing so I can get what they got. And that's what I did, little by little. I learned a little, I lived a little. I'm a slow learner at the beginning. But once I caught fire, it was on. So grateful, we're looking at to celebrate New Year's. Christmas was incredible. Grateful to God it's been 32 years. My first clean Christmas, I remember my first sober Christmas was 1990. My first sober New Year's, I remember I wasn't drinking for New Year's, was 1990. And all of the 90s, they've been clean, sober. All of the 2010, 2020. All my 20s, or my 30s, or my 40s, I've been clean. And now I'm entering my 50s. March, I'll turn 50. And being clean, and then, I got to, by the incredible grace of God, I came to saving knowledge of Christ, right? At 4.5 years clean, I was thinking about killing myself, taking my own life. I tell people that the drugs made my life unmanageable, right? I couldn't manage my life on drugs. I was just going to jail, running the streets, And then I got clean and started making meetings, 12-step meetings. If you have a problem with alcohol, you can go to Alcoholics Anonymous. If you have a drug problem, you can go to Narcotics Anonymous. If you have like a sex and love problem, there's Sex and Love Addicts Anonymous. And there's a 12-step program for different issues. And so I started going to these 12-step meetings, but I got crazy. I was crazy still. So I wasn't using drugs, but I was using what they call character defects, lust and anger and rage and control and insecurities and, impulsiveness and lack of consequential thinking. And I was suffering in silence, trying to dress up the outside and trying to I was abstinent, but I wasn't in recovery. And so the drugs made my life unmanageable. The character defects made my life unbearable. So I found myself with 4.5 years clean, no drugs, no alcohol, no nothing. But I was suffering deeply emotionally. I was spiritually in anguish. I was dead spiritually. And I knew it. When you don't know it and you just still, it doesn't matter. But when you know it and you feel it and you're suffering, and I'm clean and I'm making meetings and I see other people getting better and finding a higher power and getting with God, and I'm stuck without God. And at 4.5 years clean, based out of my desperation and my emotional suffering, my spiritual bottom, I was doing things clean that I didn't do when I was using drugs. I was acting in ways. I was drowning in shame. And I hated myself again, clean without the drugs. Now no drugs to blame. And so At 4.5 years clean, I finally, by the grace of God, repented of my sins, right? I confessed Christ as Lord. I found myself at the foot of the cross. I never thought I'd be a Christian, right? I never, and if you know me, you know my story. I never thought I'd be a Christian. But I surrendered my life to the Lord at 4.5 years clean. And by the time I had 6 years clean, I was on fire. Oh, man. I had went to Pastor Adam Valenzuela. Took me he's from Victory Outreach. He took me to a Mighty Men of Valor conference in La Puente, California. That conference changed my whole life. It's one of those dates you can mark on your calendar that, man, I was on. I got saved at 4.5 years. I repented of my sins. I confessed Christ as Lord. I began to pursue a relationship with Jesus Christ. And a year and a half later, I was on fire. And I've never came, from 4.5 years to now, I've been serving the Lord. I've been preaching the gospel. I became a pastor. I never thought I'd be a pastor. I started a ministry with Reaper and Recovery House of Worship. I love my recovery people. Everything I do, I start with them. And sometimes that can be a blessing. Sometimes that can be a curse. But I love my recovery people. I started a Bible study for people in recovery. And it's been amazing what God has done. Amazing. So I'm grateful, man. I reflect 2022. I'm still alive. I survived the pandemic. Many of us survived the pandemic. A lot of people didn't. A lot of people were dead. A lot of people, things happened. And I'm still here. And God, I want to fulfill my purpose while I'm here. And part of my purpose is helping others fulfill their purpose. Right. So ministry is a big deal, part of my life. I have to make money. So my coaching business is a big part of my life. Helping, and I make money helping people. I get to help people, do what I do in essence, and I get paid for it. Right? I used to do everything for free. Don't do it for free no more. And I try to tell pastors and church planters, you got to charge when people pay, even if they pay $10, when they pay more attention. Right? I train in a recovery coach course, and every now and then, I'll give somebody a scholarship. I'll say, come on, all right, don't worry about it. I got you. And I'll even cover the expenses, and I'll buy the book for the person. And usually, I don't 6 out of 10 times, 7 out of 10 times, the person that I allowed to take the class for free forgets their book, can't make it one day, comes in late, leaves early. It's always the people that so I learned that people got to have skin in the game. They got to pay for it. And the people that don't want everything, they want everything for free, you got to let them be alone. Just leave them get the free stuff. Let them go get the free stuff. Nothing wrong with that. But I learned, so my professional life has been good. Training recovery coaches, sober companions. It's been pretty cool. And so now we're going to a whole new level, doing the discipleship, kingdom coaches, and faith-based recovery coaching. And I do retreats all over the world. I'm doing a retreat in England in April on the first step. I'm doing a 4th and 5th step retreat in Marrakesh. I'm doing a first step retreat in Florida. I'm doing a first step retreat in California. We're doing a Christian retreat. All those retreats are steps, just straight steps, literature-based, doing step retreats. And then I do, different Christian retreats, spiritual warfare, discipleship, spiritual gifts, the Great Commission, the call of God. So I'm blessed, man. So I'm blessed and I'm grateful. And my 10 minutes is almost up. I'm grateful for it all. Obviously, for those who know, I've been grieving, and I think Kate Elizabeth said something very powerful during our marriage group. We got marriage group every Saturday. That's free. Free marriage group. Free marriage group every Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern for 1 hour. If you're married or engaged, go to rhow.org. Check out the Zoom schedule. A lot of stuff. Everything there is free. Ministry is free. And if you're a minister, if you're trying to do what I do, you got to know that there's a time for service and there's a time for sales. Remember those two words. Service is free, and then there's time for sales, where the worker is worthy of his wages. And so, anyway, I'm just very grateful. Go to rhow.org. Free marriage group on Saturday. We got the Purpose Driven Life group on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern. If you want to know what on earth are you here for, 5 p.m. That's free. And we got other groups that are free. And so, I love you guys. My 10 minutes is up. Have a blessed day. Excited about the new year. We'll be at the New Year's Eve convention in Whippany, New Jersey. I think I'm speaking at noon. I'm taking my sponsor's slot since he can't make it. I'm doing the HOW meeting. I'm excited. I'm speaking with two very powerful speakers. Ooh. I'm doing willingness. So I'm excited about that. I'll be at the New Year's Eve convention in Whippany, New Jersey. I get to see all my family and friends from New Jersey. And then we're jumping in the ocean on the 1st. You know, we do polar bear plunge. I'll be putting a link in for those who want to sponsor us, raise money. We can raise money for the Rehab Refuge. And we're off to the races. January, we'll be in Sweden. We'll be in California in January. February, we'll be in Maine. We'll be in Florida in February. March, we'll be in Marrakesh. Maybe Spain in March. April, we'll be in England. Then we're going to Italy in April also. Or was it Paris? One of those. So we get to go, listen, I get to travel all over the world and work with people all over the world. I took a 30-hour course. It's amazing. Recovery coach is just 30 hours. 30-hour course. If you're interested in becoming a recovery coach, you can email me, Ray Ramos Coaching. Ray Ramos Coaching at gmail.com. I could. We're doing a training in January. We're doing a faith-based training in January. I think it's pretty awesome. God has truly blessed me. Now I'm going into 12 minutes. All right. I love you guys. God bless you. Go to rhow.org for Recovery House of Worship. If you're interested in becoming a recovery coach or faith-based recovery coach, or you're interested in getting coached, you need some help, email me at rayramoscoaching@gmail.com. Love you guys. God bless you. Have a blessed day on purpose. Intentionally choose an attitude of gratitude. Choose a positive perspective. Choose to be optimistic instead of pessimistic. Choose to count your blessings. Focus on what you bless, what you have, not what you don't have. All right.